Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be trying to fix my brushes. If you can see, they're a little bit frayed. They're not in the best condition. I think I might just be too rough with them. Maybe I just don't clean them properly after each use. But yeah, they're kind of in rough shape, if you can tell. Some of them have paint like caked in the center of the paintbrush. But some of them, the hairs are just like, they're just going all over the place, and it's kind of a struggle to paint with them at this point, so I'm gonna try and fix it. This one is actually my worst one. There's paint in there. It's rock hard. I don't know if this is gonna work. So this is the before of my paintbrushes. They're really rough. We're gonna do our best here. The first thing that I want to do is show you guys what they look like, just like after being dipped in water. You can see that it comes together and a lot of the fraying kind of goes away, but also not really. This one's like the only exception. It like goes back to normal as soon as it gets wet, so that's really great for that one. But the other ones, they just like kind of stay frayed. So I feel like it's just really bad overall. We're gonna do our best to try and fix it. So the first thing you want to do is go ahead and boil your water. We want nice hot boiling water. And you're gonna go ahead and put that in a heat-safe mug, or you can do it directly in the pot actually, I don't really care. Whatever you want to do, but I'm putting it in this coffee cup, and I'm just going to go ahead and dip each one of these brushes in for a couple seconds, maybe it's like 30 seconds to a minute. The only thing is you want to be sure that you don't dip the brush further than the metal, because when you dip it all the way like that, not only do you risk bending your brushes, like leaving them at the bottom, but also the hot water can melt the glue that's holding together the hairs of your brush. And finally, I just let them all sit in a nice little bath for a couple more seconds, took them out, and I flattened them as much as I could, drying them. And this is what they look like. Still pretty frayed, you know, just hot water alone didn't do too much, but you will see what it looks like when they're completely dry. Yeah, actually it didn't work. So this is the next day. We're going to try this again, but instead of just hot water, we're going to do hot water with soap, because this is something that I've seen online and it works. People talk about it all the time. So again, you're going to want to dip your brushes in just for a couple seconds at a time. And again, we're going to use hot water, so make sure you have your hot boiling water. Dip your brushes in the water, let them soak up all that hot water, and then you're going to go ahead and cover that paintbrush with soap. So just go ahead and swirl it around a little bit in there, like gently. Swirl it around, try to flatten it out, and the goal is to just coat our paintbrush with as much soap as possible, because what will happen is that once the soap dries, it'll harden. So that's what keeps like the bristles together, you know? So because just like using the soap itself doesn't do much, try to use your fingers and flatten out your brushes as much as you can. It might take a little bit of time. It's taking some trial and error for this, but you're just gonna want to go ahead and do that to every single one of your brushes. Try to get them as flat as you can, and then set them down so that they can harden and dry. And you're gonna want to let them dry for a couple hours. I caked my paintbrushes in soap. I don't know if you can tell, but they've got a couple layers on there. Like, I'm hoping that it stays and it goes well. You're gonna let that cool and dry and harden for a couple hours. You're gonna leave it for, I think it was 4 to 5 hours. So I will come back to you guys in a little bit. And here we are, 5 hours later. Our brushes are completely dry and they're still pretty flat, if you can see. So I'm hoping that they stay like that. They look really good. That small detail one, I'm really excited because that's like, I love that brush. So you're going to want to go ahead and swirl it gently in whatever cup you're using. I'm trying not to hit the actual like metal grid that's inside my cup. So I don't know if you can tell, but I feel like it's not really working. My little brush just frayed again in the exact same places. That one hair that sticks out, it's back out. So I was like, okay, maybe I just went a little too hard with this one. Maybe because it's smaller, I needed to be more gentle. So I tried it with the next one, and it looked really good. You know, there's hardly any fraying, just a little bit there on the side, but really good compared to our last brush. So I went ahead and I just did that with the rest, and a lot of them ended up looking really good. Again, after I washed it out, they're looking really flat again, which I'm very happy about. I think that it's working. That big brush, I did have to go a little I did have to go a little bit harder on just because, you know, it's a big brush. I caked on a lot of soap. But again, we will see what happens once they're completely dry. And this is what they look like another few hours later after they've completely dried. I feel like it did nothing, really. I feel like this method did not work at all, which actually makes me really sad because I see it work so well for so many people. Maybe I'm just doing this wrong. Maybe I don't know how to follow instructions and I just didn't do it right. But this did not work one bit. I'm really sorry, guys. I really wanted this to work. Maybe I did it wrong. Maybe my brushes are just like too far gone at this point. I'm not exactly sure. But either way, I am kind of sad about it. I'm still gonna use these brushes, you know. They're still good. I'm still gonna use them. But I was really hoping that this would work. If you guys have any other suggestions or any other ways that you know to clean paintbrushes and to help get rid of that fraying, please let me know because I would really love to try this again. I'd really love to fix these brushes. I've had them for years and I really don't want to get rid of them. So please leave me any suggestions you have and I will definitely try this again. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.